22nd meeting of the City Commission. We're a little bit slim on attendance tonight. Mayor Bray and Commissioner Henderson could not be here, so I'd like to call this meeting to order on August 22nd, 2023, and ask the city clerk to call roll.
Commissioner Guess.
Present.
Commissioner Henderson. Commissioner Smith.
Here.
Mayor Bray. Mayor Pro Tem Wilson.
Present. All right, thank you. Will please stand for the invocation with Commissioner Smith, and then please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Father, we thank you for your grace and goodness. May your face continually shine upon us, so that your ways may be known in our communities. Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you, and welcome again to everyone. City Manager, are there any additions or deletions to the agenda?
Mayor Pro Tem, none this evening.
Okay, great, thank you. And we have moved public comments up in the agenda last week at the last meeting, and we have again tonight. We do have a public comments statement about them. Do you think we should have it read? Okay. So, and welcome Claudia, who's filling in tonight as our Assistant City Clerk. So thank you for being with us. If you would read the public comment statement, please.
The City of Paducah welcomes public comments from citizens, and in order to allow for more productive interactions, has adopted rules for those wishing to make comments. The public is invited to make comments about any subject within the scope and responsibility of the Board of Commissioners. It is the right of the presiding officer, the Mayor Pro Tem, to moderate, allow, disallow, extend, or limit public comments at City Commission meetings. Anyone wishing to make public comments must complete a public comment card and submit it to the city clerk before the start of the meeting. Cards turned in after the start of the meeting will not be accepted. Speakers must maintain decorum and respectfulness to the elected officials and others in attendance when addressing the City Commission. No elected official or staff member may be targeted individually. Public comments will be halted if a speaker is disrespectful, threatening, or out of order. The City Commission is under no obligation to respond to public comments. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes per person unless extended by the presiding officer. However, if several attendees wish to make comments on the same topic, we may ask that a representative be selected to make comments on behalf of the larger group. When you are asked to come forward to make comments, please state your name, your address, whether you are a city resident, and if you are speaking on behalf of an organization or group.
Okay, thank you, Claudia. So we do have the one comments for tonight from Kathy Code. Is that right? If you would like to come forward. Yeah, just pull it down if you would.
My name is Kathy Code. I live at 4800 Buckner here in Paducah. So I was just kind of a follow-up to see if anyone had discussed what I brought up back in, I think it was June, about the dangerous intersection we have out by our house. If there's been any looking into possible remedies at all.
Okay, and you want to state your address so we'll know what intersection. Did you say 4800 Buckner? It's the intersection of Buckner and Pines Road.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, thank you for coming again. We did try to follow, we have had conversations internally of staff about that intersection. We did try to follow up with you several times, but the number that you had left at the last one, our administrative staff was not able to make contact with you to give you an update. But yes, we are still evaluating that and to see what the best remedy might be.
Okay.
So I had this, you have your telephone number on here. Is this the best number to reach you during the day?
It is.
Okay.
Unless, she asked me at the meeting what it was, and she couldn't hear me very well, and I was trying to whisper, so maybe it just got construed somehow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know. But
Okay.
that is my number.
But,
Okay.
And
yeah.
All right, we have this. We'll make sure it's corrected on what we have, and someone will get back with you.
all right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
It would behoove us, he was here, I guess, maybe 2 months ago, say we'll have a response back within 1 week or 2 weeks
Definitely,
They've been
we'll
looking
make
at it.
contact. 2 weeks to redesign an intersection is not, I mean, it takes some effort and stuff on that, but definitely we'll continue the dialogue and keep her informed.
Seems like,
Yeah.
I mean, rumble strips, just put them down. Try that. Something quick.
Okay. All right, thank you, Darren. Okay, we'll go to the consent agenda, and items on the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the Board of Commissioners and will be enacted by one motion and one vote. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. The city clerk will read the items recommended for approval. Would any commissioner like an item removed for separate discussion? Okay, I will ask the city clerk to read the recommended items for approval.
Approve minutes for the August 8th, 2023 Board of Commissioners meeting. Receive and file documents. Reappointment of Patrick Perry and Carol Young to the Board of Adjustment. Said terms shall expire August 31, 2027. Reappointment of Melinda Winchester and appointment of Carol Galt to replace Alan Rhodes, whose term has expired, to the Code Enforcement Board. Said terms shall expire August 22, 2027. Appointment of Ryan Gardner to the Paducah-McCracken County Convention Center Corporation Board to replace Andrew McGlennon, who resigned. Said term shall expire June 30, 2025. Reappointment of Bruce Carter, Jackie Smith, Mary Hammond, Paul Glumley, Monica Feeler, and Karen Petter, and appointment of Lori Hogenkamp to replace Ardenia Cleary and Leslie Haywood to replace Pamela Manny, whose terms have expired. Said terms shall expire July 1, 2027. Personnel actions, a municipal order authorizing and directing the city manager to issue a request for bids for a pour-in-place PIP rubber surface for the playground improvements at Robert Coleman Park.
So moved.
Second.
Any other discussion? City clerk, would you please call roll?
Commissioner Guess?
Aye.
Commissioner Smith?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Wilson?
Aye. Okay, we have two municipal orders to approve tonight, so City Clerk, if you would read the first one, please.
A proposed motion that the Board of Commissioners adopt a municipal order entitled, "A Municipal Order Accepting the Bid of Chambers Roofing Company, Inc. for Replacement of the Market House Building Roof in the amount of $83,887.04, and authorizing the mayor to execute a contract for same."
Second.
I need a
So
motion.
moved.
Second.
So moved.
Y'all are just going to practice this tonight back and forth. Okay. I just wanted to mention on discussion that this is replacing, I believe, all of the Market House roof,
Yeah.
and that there is some insurance money that will be used with that too from some damage. Who's going to speak on that?
Chris is
Okay,
here.
Chris.
You pretty much summed it up.
Oh, well, go right ahead.
Actually, we have several locations that received storm damage. It's been a little while. It takes us some time with the bid process, and it is for storms damage to be replaced. There is some insurance money coming back for this. Don't have the exact amount since there were several locations and the way our policy reads, but we'll update you on that when it happens. But
Okay.
we decide if it needs to be fixed, it needs to be fixed. It's
So I know we own the building
Yes.
where the Market House Theater is. Is this just the part over the theater? Do you know?
no, it's the entire building.
The entire building? Okay.
Yeah, we hope to do the entire building, hopefully within 8 days. We'll work with all the merchants and homeowners and stuff to let them know what's going on, what day it is, and get in and out as quickly as we can.
Okay, great, thank you. Well,
I have a question on it. We just received one bid on that?
Yes. we
Is
do.
that seems a little peculiar, as many roofing companies as there are.
Yes, sir, but contractors are extremely busy, and it's hard to get contractors to come to bid a job. We do our homework to try to make sure if we receive one bid that it's fair, based on what we talked through with the insurance company. That
This seems
to be the case.
reasonable.
Yes. So we'll continue to do so, but it's getting to the point, if you have smaller jobs, and this isn't necessarily a smaller one, but it's hard to get a contractor to spend his time to come bid on a job that he may or may not get. So that's what we're running into.
Did you, like, if you got one bid, did you, I guess there's a deadline for them to bid.
Yes.
And then so does that preclude a phone call to other companies saying, hey, were you not
Yeah.
interested in bidding this?
Yes,
Or
and we have a lot of companies that contact us, and we send packets out, and so we'll know who received the packet, and who we might potentially receive a
Okay.
bid from. And,
So they just didn't bid
right, that's correct.
intentionally? Okay. All right, thank you.
Any other questions?
Anything else? Well, it's an important part of our downtown, so,
Yes, it
you know,
is.
it's important that we take care of that building, so thank you. Will you Please call roll.
Commissioner Guess?
Aye.
Commissioner Smith?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Wilson?
Aye. And would you read our next municipal order, please?
A proposed motion that the Board of Commissioners adopt a municipal order entitled, "A Municipal Order Authorizing and Directing the Mayor to Execute a Contract with Paxton Park Golf Board, DBA Paxton Park Municipal Golf Course, in an amount of $100,000 for specific services and authorizing the Finance Director to issue payment."
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? We actually pulled this from the consent agenda as well as the Market House Sitter, so we could share information about our support of the Market House Sitter and that building, which actually houses others, you know, Geyser too, but, and as well as Paxton Park. So I know this was a little bit of an increase for them. or-
It is fluctuating. Amy, do you want to? But it is an increase from last year's 85,000 to 100,000, but it had been 100,000 in previous years.
Thanks.
So this was increased from last year based on their requests that came through. So that's the $100,000.
And you want to elaborate a little bit on what they use it for?
They use it for just day-to-day operations of the golf course. So this is the subsidy that the city provides for them to operate so that it's not under the park's operations. And so this is what helps keep them open.
Okay. Any questions?
I just curious, do they, I'm not a golfer, so do they charge, is their rate comparable with other golf courses? in
I
the
believe so. I do not know the
community?
details.
I'm just
of that.
wondering why they don't have the cash flow to keep it going if it's being utilized.
Yeah, I think historically, the city, this is a municipal golf course, and we just felt like in order for us to be able to keep it that way, we needed to help subsidize their operations. So I think that a long time ago, that was kind of what was put in place, and we have just maintained that agreement through the years.
But it used to be they didn't get a subsidy. I mean, they
Correct.
didn't need one.
A while
So
ago, yes.
I'm just wondering, but it's become
They've got one
ingrained.
for a long time.
So,
Well, at least
And-
last 12 years.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
20 years that way. But I had a meeting with Danny probably a couple months ago, and one of the things that they feel like they do, they keep rates down for the senior golfers. They do a lot for the youth. I mean, there's some of that stuff that they do for the city. I mean, Danny is proud that
For the city and county, because
Yes,
it's
you're
not just
exactly
city
right.
residents.
Well, and the region
And,
comes in.
you know, and it's not a big, he doesn't push for a lot of scrambles. I am a golfer. He doesn't push for a lot of scrambles. He's not out there trying to sell all. He has a 2-beer minimum. I mean, he's not out there pushing things that he could make money on, but he doesn't want to be throwing people off the course for foul play, So, and I think he's got a long track record of that.
Well, I know they do fundraisers themselves.
They do
to try
some,
to
but
keep themselves
Drake Creek has one every
sustaining,
Saturday.
so, yeah.
He doesn't have one compared
No,
to
I'm saying,
other
but he has,
courses.
I think, Russ Cochran and some of
Oh,
those things that come in and do fundraisers to help
Those are
them
fundraiser for him, though.
for other organizations with them, so
Yeah, but
not for Paxton Park.
Yeah, but,
Out there.
I mean, I was at the Clarence Gaines Scramble there
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks ago. So yes, they do have them. Some of the other courses have them every Saturday. He doesn't participate in those as much because he tries to keep the course open
Mm-hmm.
for the,
Well, I mean, I think it's a treasure for the city to have it. Honestly, I've
We-
supported it years ago to have an increase for it,
We
and
have
I'm
a-
okay with it. I really wanted to talk about the high quality
Yeah.
of a golf course that it is, and I think we're very fortunate to have it in our community.
I play golf, and it was a great municipal golf course.
Yeah, it's a
Great
great
munis-
asset and a great partnership.
Yeah, and I know that Pam has done a lot to help promote it, and I think that everything that we can do to help promote Paxton Park is a really good asset for our community and to help them to get the utilization of it.
And I
It
do know
definitely
that-
needs utilization. If we're having to fund it, it needs,
Well, I know that they worked on a new agreement with the schools for their youth program. So now that they're allowing the youth golf teams to practice there, they host tournaments there or host matches there, and then they get the students to volunteer at the course. So there's a good partnership going this year with the youth.
And during the budget process, when we did the allocation setup, also they came in and talked to us, and their rounds actually had gone up from the previous year, too.
Good.
Good.
Great.
Okay. Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome.
Anything else? Okay, would you please call roll?
Commissioner Guess?
Aye.
Commissioner Smith?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Wilson?
Aye. And the next is an ordinance adoption. City Clerk, would you please read that?
A proposed motion that the Board of Commissioners adopt an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance Providing for the Closing of 31,659 Square Feet of Plum Street and 111,331 Square Feet of Brower Circle, authorizing the initiation of a request in Circuit Court for the closure and authorizing the mayor to execute all documents relating to same." This ordinance is summarized as follows. The City of Paducah does hereby authorize the closing of 31,659 square feet of Plum Street and 111,331 square feet of Brower Circle, and authorizes, empowers, and directs the mayor to execute quitclaim deeds from the City of Paducah to the property owners in or abutting the public way to be closed.
So moved.
Second.
We discussed this at the last meeting. Any other questions? Okay, would you please call roll?
Commissioner Guess?
Aye.
Commissioner Smith?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Wilson?
Aye. And then would you read item 3B for adoption?
A proposed motion that the Board of Commissioners adopt an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance Adopting the Annual Operating Budget for the Paducah, Kentucky Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Program for the fiscal year July 1, 2023 through June 30, 2024, by estimating revenues and resources and appropriating funds for the operation of said program." This ordinance is summarized as follows. This ordinance adopts the annual operating budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2023 and ending June 30, 2024 for the Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Program.
So moved.
Second.
This also was discussed at the last meeting. Any other questions you all have? Any other presentation? I know the staff's here today, so thank you for being here. All right, City Clerk, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Guess?
Aye.
Commissioner Smith?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Wilson?
Aye. So if we don't have a lot of comments, we may set a new record for our meeting tonight. So Darren, it's on to you now as the city manager.
No pressure.
No pressure. The only comment I would like to make is for the public's knowledge, the regularly scheduled first meeting in September will not occur on the second Tuesday. It has been moved to a special called meeting of the first Tuesday in September. And just for understanding and knowledge, that will be a special called meeting on that first Tuesday.
So you all will send that notice out on that, and
Yep,
that's
as well.
because a lot of us are going to be in Washington DC the second week. So thank you for
Yep.
doing that.
That's all I have.
That's all? Okay. Commissioner Smith, do you have anything?
No comments?
Commissioner Guest, do you have anything?
Good.
Okay, well, I don't either, so meeting adjourned. Thank you all for being here.